But before that, we're going to go back to the NFL. We were talking, Rob, just last hour about Lamar Jackson and Tua for the Miami Dolphins. And Jackson, of course, with Baltimore. Both of them, Tua certainly out this weekend against Buffalo. Lamar Jackson all but certainly out in their first game or their wild card weekend, if you want to say they have no chance for a second game against Cincinnati. And Rob, you've got an interesting take on this. Do tell.
It's not, Chris, like we've suffered through as sports fans. And when I say we suffered through, we want to see the best players play. And I'm not saying people aren't going to watch the playoff games or they have no interest in the game. That's not what I'm saying. But when teams are missing their best players, and oftentimes, like when I mean best players, the quarterback is such a big part of a football team. And we're now going to be watching playoff games with third-string quarterback. I mean, what can we expect? So I just feel like it's going to dampen the spirits, not for the gamblers and people trying to make money and rent money and all that. They will love this. This will be like the greatest thing, Chris. But I'm talking about for the pure excitement of watching it. These playoff games without their teams, without their top quarterbacks, especially Baltimore and Miami, I give them like no shot. Like these games will be bad games that I might turn off at halftime. I don't know. I'm interested in watching because it's the playoffs and it's a one-and-done scenario, and I'm not saying the ratings are going to tank, but it takes some of the luster and the steam off of the playoffs when the quarterbacks aren't playing. The same way we get bummed out in the NBA. My God, can Kawhi Leonard play in the NBA Western Conference Finals? No, we couldn't see that. Those kind of things add up after a while, and I'm just bummed out that two-star quarterbacks probably aren't playing in the playoffs. It dampens the whole thing for me.
It dampens those games, certainly. I mean, Cincinnati, Baltimore was going to be a good game. Certainly the Bengals were favored, but it was going to be an interesting game. Anytime you had Lamar Jackson,
definitely
things could get exciting. And I also would want to see, he's 1-3. We've said it, 1-3 in the playoffs, 5 interceptions, 3 touchdowns. So can he play a really good game in the playoffs? I mean, I think that's a storyline too that you want to see, particularly with the whole contract situation hanging over his head. Tua, similar, because, Rob, it's not just Tua. I mean, with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, I mean, they were exciting. And Mike McDaniel's a good coach, good offensive coach. So I hear you on those games. I mean, they gave Buffalo all it wanted in the snow.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the entire postseason. I'm talking about these games where we're missing quality, quarterbacks, star quarterbacks. And we're going to third string.
Yeah, I mean, so for those 2 games, there's no doubt. But the playoffs overall, no. Yeah, I mean, those 2 teams, even as good as Lamar and the Ravens can be, they weren't expected to get out of the AFC.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they weren't though, and that's why
they weren't.
Nah, I'm not going to buy that. Like that could have been
fine.
That could have been Lamar's coming out party that he won that game.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
But that's not. It's not coulda, woulda, because it's not. We're not talking about past tense. He's not going to have a chance, so we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but they're not a top. They're not a top.
It doesn't
team
matter.
In the AFC.
You don't have to be a top team to win one football game or for a ball to bounce your way or for some bad or some. Chris, that doesn't mean that you can't win. Matthew Stafford never won a playoff game.
Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. Okay,
exactly.
I get it. But I'm just saying, they are not the top teams in the AFC.
It doesn't matter.
Buffalo and Miami. It does matter.
It doesn't matter. It's that those 2 games don't mean anything. That's all.
Is that news? We know. What's that? Lamar Jackson's out. That game is dampened. Right. If Patrick Mahomes got hurt, the Kansas City's next game would be 2. Josh Allen, I mean, yes. What I'm saying is it doesn't ruin or put a damper to me on the entire playoffs because neither of those teams were favored.
Did you read what we were talking about? Because show me anywhere where I said it ruins the playoffs.
You said it puts a damper on the whole thing. The whole thing.
No,
what does that mean? What do you mean by the whole thing?
I'm talking about these games that are coming up that we're looking forward to. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't say that it ruined the whole playoffs. I never said that. No, I did not.
You
did.
No,
I did not.
Get it if you want to go.
Rob G, when we talked about this earlier, did I say the playoffs were ruined? Because Lamar and them were playing?
Rob?
That's not what I said.
What's the take?
That I'm dampered by this weekend, that I wanted to see good games, and I'm not. So I'm dampered about this weekend.
Los Angeles not going to be a good game?
I'm talking about these games with Tua. That's what I'm talking about.
You didn't say it before.
That's what we've been talking about. You named 2 quarterbacks. You didn't name Jacksonville. You didn't name any other teams. You said Tua and you said Lamar.
Rob,
that's the conversation.
Why is it a conversation?
Because some people will watch no matter what. They don't give a damn. I give a damn about competition, Chris. That's why it's a take. Some people don't care. It could be dog food, and they'll watch. It could be a train wreck, and they'll watch. Rob Parker wants competition. I want to see the best of the best play in the best situations. What part of that take do you not understand, Chris Broussard?
What I don't understand is how that's unusual. There is not a football fan on earth that hadn't had their excitement about the Bengals-Ravens game dampened because Lamar Jackson's not playing. Or the Bills Dolphins game because Tua's not playing. You're not alone. How dare you get on a pedestal like you're the only person? I see something no one else sees. I've got standards no one else has, and I can't fathom watching this game. It is just beneath me to watch this game because these 2 quarterbacks are out. I mean, that's what I'm saying. What? Yeah. If Josh Allen gets hurt, that's going to put a damper on the Buffalo game. If Jalen Hurts can't play, that's going to put a damper on the Philadelphia game. So on and so forth.
All year we've talked about bad football.
It's
Tom Brady even brought it up. Bad football. I don't want to watch bad football with a third-string quarterback. What part don't you understand?
Now you're saying
what are you talking about? You're acting like a third-string quarterback is what I want to watch. Rob. And Chris, there are people who will watch no matter what they put on. I'm talking about what I want to watch. Just like that National College Football game. They didn't have 10 million viewers or 5,000 viewers. People watched it because they watch college football. I don't want to see a game like that. I might have turned, but that doesn't mean everybody else turned their TV off. That's my point.
Well,
there are some people who don't care.
You keep adding new stuff and then saying, what part don't you understand?
Cuts you off and doesn't allow you to talk.
I haven't been cutting you off. What I'm saying is you came on and your first rant, you ended it with, it's just put a damper on the whole thing for me. I took the whole
playoff
thing.
Weekend.
Well, let me finish. Who's cutting who off? I took the whole thing to mean the playoffs. I certainly didn't take the whole thing to mean this one game or these 2 games. If you had said that, then one, I don't think that would have been much of a take. But hey, I would have responded to just that. But now, and then you changed it, so okay. But everybody feels that way. Unless you're, I guess, a Bills fan might be happy that Tua's not playing.
Okay, so
or
I got you.
So the Bengals fan might be happy that Lamar's not playing.
Obvious take, I'll just do the same exact thing. The next time you come up with some obvious take that you claim.
I'll come up with a take.
No. Since
this
this
isn't
is
even
so
a take.
obvious.
This is just this is so talking obvious. About Captain Obvious.
No,
My
you're
goodness.
Captain Obvious because all you ever do.
You know what? I'm not as excited because Lamar's not playing. Really? Oh my gosh!
No, it's not that it's Lamar. It's a third string quarterback. It ain't just Lamar.
Yeah, you'd be just as excited if Tyler Huntley was playing.
That's what's bad about it.
If Tyler Huntley was playing, you'd be excited? I mean, nobody wants to see the third stringers play. That's what I'm saying. What part about that don't you understand?
You're
talking like you got some standards that no one else has.
That is my point. I love competition. I don't want it to be lopsided. I'll flip the channel. People, Chris, everybody's not like me. Some people will watch the entire game
got higher standards
no matter what. That's all. I want to see competition.
You didn't even come on and say that, Rob. You said it after I challenged you later. But you didn't say that.
Challenge me like you some
I did challenge
take
you.
Pusher. You ain't no take pusher. Are you kidding?
Take pusher? Explain.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling
actually?
you. Like you're trying
I don't
to
know
push
what
me.
that is.
You're
what
trying
is
to tell me that you push me into a better take, or that you train me that you push me into some take. Are you kidding me?
I brought out the best because I brought out what you really meant.
You brought out the nonsense
because it was too vague.
That's what you're good at.
It was nonsense from the beginning. The whole thing. No. Oh, I just mean that one game. It ain't even the whole weekend. I want to see Brock Purdy in his first ever playoff game. Can he continue to play well like he did in the regular season? Geno Smith. Pete Carroll's been praising the 49ers to high heaven, trying to use reverse psychology. I want to see that game. Justin Herbert versus Trevor Lawrence, two of the hot young quarterbacks in the league. I want to see that game. Heck, the Giants and the Vikings. They had some good regular season games. I want to see that game. Will the Vikings, after this great regular season record, will they be nothing in the playoffs?
No, I want to see Lamar. I want to see Lamar Jackson, who was a unanimous MVP.
I want to see that.
I want to see him play.
Of course,
That's
we all
who I want to see play.
But you said the whole thing.
I want to see Tua, who won a national championship.
It's 4 good games
I want to
see
Tua play. That's what I'm talking about.
I know you're the only one in America that wants to see them play.
It's a damper.
It's still 4 other good games. Of course. It's a damper when Anthony Davis can't play with the Lakers. That's my take. And I'm sticking by it. All right. 877-99 on Fox.